How y'all doing today? My name's Ayin, and today's topic of discussion is going to be, are you mad yet? Are you mad yet? This question, this topic of the day, this is really a question that you ask yourself when you're in situations where you feel that you're being pushed. You're being pushed unnecessarily hard in a direction that's not conducive for for nurturing growth for the relationship. Maybe a person is just antagonizing you. And the reason why this question comes up, are you mad yet? Because it's almost like you're asking yourself the question, because that's how the situation feels. It feels like they're pushing and pushing and pushing, and no matter how much you're trying to lay back, be calm about it, handle the situation maturely, they're just overstepping boundaries. And it's almost like it feels like they're trying to push you to where they're saying, hey, are you mad yet? Are you mad yet? Now, the old me would be, yeah, I'm mad. And then, you would get a whole lot more to go with that wouldn't be healthy. So when you're asking yourself that question, when you're in situations where you're like, man, I feel like I'm being poked, I feel like I'm being prodded, I feel like I'm being antagonized, and you're really talking to yourself because you're looking at this person in this sideways view, like, are you mad yet? Should you be? And you really start to even question the fact of, should I be mad? What's going on here? Then those are red flags going on. Those are alarms going off. Red flags waving in your face that maybe this situation needs some attention. Maybe it could be something that maybe you already addressed, and this person is just continually overstepping bounds. And like I said, if you've been following on this channel and my videos, you see that I always take situations back to myself to see, even if it was something that the other person did that was completely wrong, I didn't even have a hand in it, I'll still ask myself the question on what could you have done better? That way, it ensures that I'm having a proper outlook, a proper look on the situation, seeing my hand in it. If I even allowed what went down to go down. Was it something that I, kept allowing, and then all of a sudden this situation happened, even though I was totally wronged in the situation? Maybe I had a hand in it because I let this person be here. I saw that it was headed this way, but I was just trying to be nice. Or maybe I wasn't saying something in the past when I should have said something because I'm so stuck on trying to be better than my last day, trying to be a better me than I've been in the past. I've let things slide that I normally would have just, nipped in the bud because I'm trying to be more, laid back, more passive, but this person is taking advantage. They're, like I said, antagonizing me. They're poking me. So it is a valid question that comes up. You're like, man, are you mad yet? It's almost like you're asking yourself, okay, what are you going to do? Now, that's a good thing. That's a good thing, because if you're talking to yourself first before you're lashing out in whatever the situation may be, you're already looking for a healthy way to go about dealing with the situation. Maybe it's something that comes up where it's like, okay, this really isn't anything that I can say right now because, how I'm feeling might not come out right, might be a verbal altercation, but soon as I've, departed from this situation, I'm going to make steps and take steps and measurements to ensure that this doesn't happen again. Whether I'm pushing the person a little bit further on the outside of the circle so they won't be as close to, do this again, or maybe I'm just not readily available with my time to be off in this, or whatever the situation may be, because it's no telling on. I'm talking about a variety of things, a variety of relationships that has varying degrees of how long the friendship has been there, the things that you all have endured. Maybe you all have talked about these things before in the past, maybe they're reoccurring things. There's a whole lot that goes into that. But like I said, you're looking at what you can do better. What you can do better in a healthy way. In a healthy way to not be that old you. So like I said, that's the reason why I'm not discussing everything that's leading up to that. I'm just taking it as this situation of what it is. You're in this moment now where it feels like I'm being antagonized. Not feeling good about it. I'm really trying to keep from being the old me. What can I do differently? Do I need to back off a little bit? Maybe I shouldn't share whatever I'm sharing with this person that's causing them to antagonize me. I know one of the things that I've talked about on this channel, and I know I've brought it up in other videos, I've talked about a person that I had in my life where no matter what move I made, it seemed like they made a mockery of the move. And at one time, I remember just like kind of taking note, and I'm just like, let me see. Because it seems like every time I go left, they go right. If I go right, they go left. If I go back, they go forward. If I go forward, they go back. They're always on the opposite side of the fence. They always have something to say. It's always negative. There's nothing upbuilding about it. And they're just really kind of like laughing about it. It's like they're kicking me when I'm down. So when I took note of that, and I'm just like, let me see with this here. And it was exactly like how I thought. The person, of course, they didn't want to admit it. We had to talk about it because it was a relationship that had been there for a long time. So we were open to talking about it. Because the way that I wanted to handle it was I just wanted to, sever it and, back on. And I'm just like, hey, look, this is how this seems on, what's going down and whatnot. Granted, this was my relationship. This is what was in place for me. This is what happened with me because of the history that I had up with this person with addressing them. It's going to vary with, you guys out there, the relationships that you have going on. You might have a relationship that hadn't matured to that point. So you got to ask yourself, what can I do healthy in this to do what's right for me? Do what's right by them so I can not be the old me. And when I'm talking about being the old me, I'm talking about reverting back to immature ways that you handle dealing with things. So with that relationship, the way that ended up having to work out, I had to place the person aside because I couldn't allow for them to remain that close into my circle because they were sabotaging. They were sabotaging me with, their talk. They were just, the relationship had just like really soured. So I had to reevaluate that. So when you're asking yourself that question, keep that in mind. When you're going, are you mad yet? That's really a mature red flag that's coming up. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing because it's asking you to take note of what's going on in this situation. Because really, when you're asking that question, am I mad? Are you mad yet? You are mad, but you're at that fork in the road. Man, I could lash out and be this old me, but I really want to do better. So do better. Take note of that. Don't take it and sweep it up under the rug and act like nothing ever happened. Do better. See about how you can overcome that hurdle. Even if it was something where you were totally wronged and you didn't, or it appears to be that you didn't have any hand in the situation going left or south, whatever you want to say, in the situation. Look back to what maybe you had allowed up to that point. Maybe I allowed this person to think that this was comfortable and them doing or saying this. Maybe I allowed. Look at your actions. Man, is this something I could do different? That's all I'm saying. In the meantime, check out a book I've written. I Am Kilimanjaro's The Arithmetic of Family Communication. You can get the book in paperback or an ebook copy on Amazon. And any of my social media websites, including this one, YouTube, there's a link where you can go to purchase the book. On Instagram, if you click on my bio, take you right to being able to purchase the book. And like I said, if you're part of the Kindle Unlimited program, you can read the book. I have it a part of the KDP program. So go check that out. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to hit me up at my email, aim.kilimanjaro@gmail.com. I'll do my best to answer your question in a video. Okay? In the meantime, stay encouraged, avoid being discouraged, and you all have a good one.